So this skills assessment, it is setting up your instrument container and also counting. So you will have your roll towel here ready to go. The next step is to grab your stringer of instruments out, making sure that you have all the jaws of everything open. If anything is closed, it is unsterile and you should not be using it. Setting it down onto your roll towel here. What I like to do is I like to keep this on so that everything's not fumbling around at this point. From that portion of everything, you will see inside of this is your count sheet. So I hand my count sheet to my circulator so that they can count with me later. So I'll hand this off to my circulator and continue on with setting everything else up. So usually in a instrument wrap, you will have what's called a peel pack of instruments. And you can open this up. And remove everything out. As always, you want to discard trash off of your field and continue on with your setup. So the key to this is touching everything as least amount of times as possible. So since I touched this, I'm going to continue on and setting this portion of everything up. So forceps. Setting up your forceps, people have preferences on how they would like to set them up. I typically will set them up in what I know is going to be used. If you know that, if you're not aware of what's going to be used for that procedure, you can set them up with teeth instruments on one side of the basket and smooth instruments on the other side of the basket. So it's up to your preference on what you like to do. So with that being said, I'll have my teeth instruments over here and my smooth instruments on this side. If you have two of the same instrument, you want to make sure that you are keeping those ones together to ensure that when you can count both of them together right next to each other. Once you have those set up, the last step is you have your knife handles. So your knife handles, for now, can sit over in your knife guard until you are ready to assemble those. The last step, so after that is completed, you can move on in setting up your retractors and your section that is inside. So as you can see, there are a lot of larger instrumentation inside of here. So setting them up is your own preference. Once you get to your field and you start setting everything up, you'll find what works for you. So this is my particular setup. So since I have this in my hand, I'm going to continue with it. So it's the same thing. If you have it in your hand, complete the full process of it to avoid excess time in setting up. So once again, grabbing like instruments and keeping those together and placing those together in the same area of the basket. Anything that needs to be assembled, make sure that it is completely disassembled and you can reassemble it yourself. Okay, and finally, let's move this out of the way. Okay, so here you will see you have everything set up in a manner ready to go, and you are ready to count.